Welcome to another round of Tier List where I go over the weekly episodes of Spring 2026 and rate them and how I felt. Last week, we did a bit more in-depth analysis of what's going on and what shows are doing well and what shows are doing bad, and I made my decision. I'm gonna just stop covering a couple of shows, and those two shows are ReZero and Witch at Atelier. No, why would I do that? That's fucking stupid. What am I doing, bro? No. It's these two. Goodbye. It's these two. Okay. First of all, let's explain. Angel Next Door is a dead show. I've never seen something fall off this hard. And it makes sense. Why does it make sense? No one wants to watch constant fucking diabetes and I love you Google Gaga bullshit over and over again. Yeah, season 2 coming back. People are interested. What's going on? Second episode, okay, pool fan service. Oh, some actual little bit of drama happening. But at this point, I think it was very obvious. By the third week, people I think were like, okay, if this is gonna be it, I'm not. This episode was fraudulent. As in, I literally had to make a clickbait title saying I can't do this anymore. This is creepy. As in, it's creepy for us to keep watching this shit. And then look at the disparity of the viewership of these two. Can't even get 200 likes. Do you know how fucking sad that is? This is such a trash engagement. It tells me by this point, people are already knocked out. By this, people are like, yeah, if this is the best you got, like, I'm not interested. And by this, literally just hanging on by a clickbait, these two, dead. Not only that, the engagement is so fucking bad. Like, it is pathetic. The average watch time. Remember, it's not all about views. If of the people watching, is there a high quality audience? Nope. It's fucking garbage. It's honestly a lackluster romance anime. You enjoy that diabetes vanilla shit, go ahead. But don't for a second tell me that people care about it, because they don't. And it's a waste of time to keep watching shit for what, an imaginary audience. This shit was also the moment where the plot starts to get a little bit more spicy too, with the dad coming back. But nope. People don't give a fuck about this anime. That's why it's gone. Another one is Barbarian. Barb is, I'd say I enjoyed Barbarian a bit more than Angel. Don't be mistaken about the viewership here, because these are botted. Notice how the likes are still really low, even though the views are botted. Remember this? There's some people that thinks like wasting their mom's credit card on robot views on my videos is gonna make me continue to cover it. By the way, you do this. Basically, botting views on a failed reaction only fucks up the stats more and makes you want to drop it more. Because you're not even watching. These bots are clicking and just leaving immediately. The average view duration is fucking shot. It's empty fucking views for nothing. It literally means nothing. Botting literally will kill your channel. If you bot views on a video, it'll literally kill that fucking channel. But here's the thing. If you bot views on, let's say, a JoJo's video, an Iruma-kun episode, or even Link Click on shows that actually do well, it's not going to impact anything. It's just a little fluff that just gets added on. But when you bot views on a fucking dead video, that only exacerbates the data. It just makes it look bad. So what I'm trying to say is, you botting on these poor performing videos will make me just want to quit more faster. So the anime is not, it's a 6 out of 10. It is. These animes are not compelling. These are very average, if maybe less than average. The plot kind of changed directions and wanted to be a bit more fun. But if people only click to watch, like, Barbarian Penis, it tells a lot about that story. Like, do you know how sad that is? That, like, the only reason this first video got 15,000 views and then quickly died off immediately was because people are like, yeah, we don't really care about the story. We just want to see the Barbarian cock, you know, virality moment. So again, first week viewership really doesn't matter. And every time, by week 3, week 4, it's so obvious where the real viewership is, right? You look at this too, it was botted a little bit over here. It's not gonna do anything. I'm done. I'm done watching mid-fucking anime for nobody. It's fucking waste of time. Now, Kill Blue, I'd say also is pretty mid. But Kill Blue it's a weird one. So I've noticed that there's a lot of mid-shonens. Enjoyable mid-shonens. They're fun. They're actually kind of fun to watch. It's nothing amazing. It's not bad either. It's just fucking mid. Last episode I think was better paced. The soccer match was actually kind of decent. But like, come on, it's not a good episode. The CG background NPCs not even fucking moving was honestly even more deterring to the experience. And the whole, oh, he's an assassin, therefore he has a lot of power. Like, the logic behind why he could keep up with the athlete didn't make any sense. The athlete also, Tenma, just giving up immediately because he got injured. Okay, and he just folded. Overall, it should have been super hype, but if I really thought about it, it's just kind of like, eh. I just look forward to Espa just doing the opening at the beginning every week. I don't think I'm gonna drop this though, because Kill Blue is interesting. So this is a show where I don't really mind. Kind of like Barbarian. But at the same time, the viewership is a bit more consistent. It's nothing amazing, but people seem to care a little bit more about Kill Blue. So I'm gonna keep it around for a bit. But if there was a show I'm gonna drop, probably should be this next. Now, in terms of a show that does fucking garbage, even worse than these shows, but is actually worth watching, Nippon Sangoku, baby. I put this in great. I thought this most recent episode, maybe it was good, maybe it was great. Definitely, it was a good episode. This is not mid. This is actually worth watching. This is actually amazing production value, and the direction is actually great. The story, I'm kind of lost all over the place whenever they started mentioning regions, because it's just like, bro, these fucking random names for territories and castles and regions mean fucking nothing to me. You flash a map for half a fucking second and expect me to know all these fucking... It's like, again, an American person would know everything about their fucking states and cities or whatever. How the fuck could I know about these random fucking places in Japan? Even then, the story is so compelling. The characters so fucking good. I love the characters. The way that Sugo and Taida's, you know, the archivist Taida's son, basically just kind of met eye to eye and got out of it together was pretty fucking epic. Now, was it a great episode? Maybe it was. I'll probably put it at good though. I think we need to have better standards. I think a lot of the animes that I call good are honestly mid. And I think a lot of the animes that I call great are honestly good. And I think a lot of the animes that I call a peak are actually great. So right now, I'm going to place it here for now. Next up. This week, there was a lot of peak anime though. I will have to say that. There was some actually fucking amazing peak anime. Liar Game, I would say, was also good. I think this is really fun. The wig is off. The cross-dresser, you know, man lady is crashing out and literally punched the Mohawk guy in the face and told a plan. It was a crazy fucking mind game. She was also playing the same game except did it twice. 3 times actually. The rest of it was Akiyama just kind of aura farming and explaining how things are gonna go. Overall, good episode. I think it should have ended last episode, but we're still doing it. Pacing's kind of off, but hey, let's keep going. Iruma-kun, I think, deserves peak. Absolutely, this should deserve peak. Iruma-kun, I think, this episode was not like the best anime episode produced, but it was basically the pop-off of a music festival, and I think we should be criticizing the music and the way that it was done. Some nice rotoscoping for the choreography. The music was genuinely impactful. It was more than what I expected. Some really nice, you know, epic moments as Soe is pulling up at the end. Everyone's like, "You're there, aren't you? You're there, aren't you?" And he was there. Overall, just a culmination of these couple of episodes building up for the music festival. I think Iruma-kun is on top right now. It's so fucking good. So good. And not only that, people actually watch it too. I was worried a little bit, but Iruma honestly has a very strong core audience. Yeah, it's like in season 4, but again, it's the hardcore people around, and my god, it hitting 7K views after just a day. Very consistent viewership. Iruma-kun, honestly, don't fuck with them. There's a very strong crowd of people that loves this show and this viewership. Look at the likes and the views, right? Compare that to Angel Next Door. Angel couldn't even get more than fucking 200. It couldn't get 170, bro. This is real, authentic viewership that people actually care about. A show worth watching for both parties. The anime is good, and the audience enjoys it. God, I'm so glad that Iruma at season 4 is doing still well. I thought I'd have to drop it, but nope. I thought it was gonna be a passion project. Nope. Another anime that I think was fucking peak this week was Marriage Toxin. The conclusion of the Sound Master. Now, Marriage Toxin, unfortunately, is falling off in terms of viewership, but it's not like that concerning. You can't expect everything to be hitting over 10K. In the beginning, it was all the femboy stuff that got a lot of people excited about. Then the moment that we started to go into a different arc with the Sound Master, I guess it wasn't very compelling. People didn't really care about Shiori, but still consistent numbers. And it concluded, this episode was actually cinematic, bro. There was some really cool key animations, some really nice action animations happening. And then on top of that, the story of Shiori being brave girl and overcoming her fears and doing shit for herself. Amazing. Loved it. Comedy still hit too. Another anime that was peak this week, I'm just gonna warn you. Pretty much everything here is kind of peak. This week was literally just like the week of pop-offs. So, Wistoria. You know what? There's too many fucking peaks. Let's stage them at great for now, and at the end, let's put them at peak as we go by. So I'm gonna cap it at great for now. So easily Wistoria 2. Easily. Wistoria, this one was a wrap-up, but even then it was actually amazing. It was the conclusion of, you know, the prologue as we get set for the new arc in the tower. The way that everyone was congratulating and Cauldron, you know, clip farming Will's acceptance, Shion crying, Edward denying. It was epic, man. Great episode. Tensura. Hell yeah, baby. Tensura kind of popping off. Hinata and Shuna had their moment to shine. It was an amazing moment. Finally, no more fucking meetings. Yes, there's more meetings, but still, some nice correction happening to these fucking stupid humans that just are so arrogant and cocky. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Another music festival, kind of similar to like Inuma. Ascendance, I think this week was actually really peak. It was the conclusion of the current volume and the what's it called, Ferdinand Idol concert. The mamas passing us saying it's up to you now to the daughters. Actually so fucking fun. I wish the song was subbed. Lazy ass Crunchyroll. But still, Ascendance, love to see it. Probably the best episode of Ascendance of a Bookworm 2 in terms of production value. Classroom of the Elite. Classroom of the Elite, I think, was pretty chill, but we did get a kiss scene, right? So it was like a lot of Nanase just kind of looking at Koji and just kind of sussing him out. Nanase fan service. It was relatively chill. And then at the very end, actual kiss moment with, you know, Kei, Ana Koji sharpening his tool. Yeah. It was a great episode. Maybe a good episode? Does it truly deserve to be up here altogether? Just because of the kiss, maybe? Needy Girl, holy fucking shit. I might have enjoyed this too much. Needy Girl moved me. Nechika's backstory and the way that it was handled. So the intro part and the outro is so touching. The body of the episode is Nechika and K-Angel in the form of Ame, but they know each other. Nechika is the only person that was actually able to tell apart who K-Angel and Ame was. And they're like having a conversation. The conversation was actually really fun too. Some meta-analysis of society as usual, some references to the different booths at the cafe regarding their themes, whether it be the sugar baby, the girl that was wasting her money to the host, whether it be the otaku table, the MILF Gyaru with the, you know, the dad and the kids, whatever. It was actually such a good episode. And the beginning and the ending, it's the classical composition, man. It's the beautiful violin just soaring as you see this fucking bum dad who was living in poverty with these 4 kids, wasting money on horse Uma Musume. Turns out he actually cared about Nechika and gives the money back, and Nechika has such a cool moment as she looks at the ring that inspired her. Flashback, the dad actually got her the ring and she's looking back at the homeless man in a fucking junkyard. There's so much aura. Like, the direction of this one truly moved me. Like, the episode before this was like, oh, that was a miss. But man, does the most recent episode just like make up for that more than one way than another. So, second prettiest girl this week. Let's see. Let me think. What happened? New plot with the dad being a bum. Divorce. Him not able to acknowledge his love to Umi until he thinks he's capable because of the whole divorce trauma. Christmas Eve stuff being set up. Umi and Maehara being more personal, more official. Not really, but people are noticing that dating shit's going on. New friend also added. Confessions to Amami being denied. That was kind of funny. And Nina having a lot of lines too. I'd probably say it was here. Yeah. I think maybe it should be here. Was it that crazy of episode? It was a cool setup. I'd place it here for now. Nothing too crazy. It's just like setting up a new arc. We're kind of cooling down after something got really hot. Daemons. Man, it's minimum great. Daemon's plot is so fascinating to me. Just break. And the more I watch this, the more I realize I want to watch Full Metal Alchemist so bad. If this is the writing from this author, man, I want to see what FMA is all about. It's so engaging. It's so mysterious. And the mechanics are also fun to keep track of, like, oh, like, you know, the twins that was spreading, the male and female twin that splits the day and the night. The, you know, the philosophy, the prophecy of like, when the day is equal day and night, and, you know, the twins will go down to the Shadow Realm. No, actually, it is just before the Shadow Realm and command all the demons. The lore of the break and seal, and how, you know, she died and came back and had that eye power. It was really cool. Kagemori clan too, so fascinating with their master being a Baldi. But also, what happened with the Tajiri clan, right? The more I watch this, it's like, I'm so fascinated by the story. I want to know more and more and more. It's so fun. Witch Hat Atelier? Probably peak. Minimum great. Probably would put it here. I think that it was actually an amazing episode with Coco's development. Not really Coco, but it was more Agate, right? Agate coming to terms with, you know, what is magic for? I don't think she really figured that out, but the way that she was smirking when she thought about, you know, highlighting herself was diabolical. Her backstory too, it comes from a great clan of wizards and, witches, and how she is considered mid, and everyone just like shitting on Agate, saying mid, and how she needs to, you know, basically just like constantly prove herself. Coco, you know, delivering as usual, teamwork with Agate, the Knight Morales pulling up and just saying, nah, y'all are deported immediately. I felt the aura. I thought it was an amazing episode. And finally, ReZero, confidently probably the best episode of the week for me. Like, my god. Of course, the action of Reed was hype. But man, Julius Euclid, a lone man trying to just like make it out there, not trying to rely on anybody, feels like a bum, feels like he doesn't deserve anything. This is the one thing he has and he still can't do it. Crashing out to Subaru, and just like Arc 3 Subaru, and Subaru remembering that and trying to get him back. The action also so fucking hype. Reed at the end, when he just like decided to lock in with the chopsticks and actually use a sword technique onto him. You know, Julius looking at Subaru as getting wiped away, Subaru running to him. Like, the hype action sequences that were there. The tragic, you know, character of Julius development was there. Subaru reaching out on the brotherhood of Julius and Subaru also there. Emilia popping off, Anastasia popping off, right? Probably the best episode of season 4 for sure, for me. Confident would put that. Now, let's shuffle. Needy for sure is peak to me. That was special. That Nechka episode was special. I want to put Iruma and Ascendus up there, because if I don't think they'll ever get up there. I think these episodes truly were peak though. From start to end, it was fun. It delivered on its premises. Is that it? Is that it? Because I'm trying to be really fucking like strict with this. Let me think. Because like, to be honest, I kind of want to just put everything up here. I genuinely do. I don't think Classroom of the Elite deserves it though. Because like, I think that moments are cool, but like, I care about the other parts of the episode too. Coat was really not that type of episode. But these other ones, they were all genuinely just popping the fuck off from start to end. I think they were. Let me think. There's a lot in peak. There's a lot in fucking peak right now, but they were that peak though. Like, maybe Daemons doesn't deserve it that much. Maybe Wistoria also. I think this is good. Tensura, I think, was a peak. Was it that peak though? Was it that fucking peak? Hinata and Shuna popping off was really fun. I think Tensura was though. No, I think this is good. I think that this is a fair tier list that accurately represents how fucking peak these episodes genuinely were. Something tells me that maybe Witch Hat shouldn't be as high up. Why? I didn't care too much about saving people in the carriage, but the way that Coco and Agate were teaming up trying to figure out something that Knights Morales pulling up was actually really good. I think I enjoyed Tensura more. Other than that, I think this is fair. I think this is a fair tier list. This is how I would rate this week's episodes. Man, these were special though. Like, I didn't think that Ascendance, Iruma, or Needy could be peak again, or peak ever. The fact that like they nailed their episodes like so fucking good. But I'm sorry guys. Right, every week, you can come out and do your best. And you know what? Earning the title of peak I think is an accomplishment, but this week, ReZero said fuck y'all, and it was actually so fucking good that maybe it's one of those weeks where we put in God. Is it one of those weeks where we put in God? If I do that, I'm gonna put Needy up there. Yep. I don't know why, I can't tell you, but I think it's, again, it's the classical music composition of the, it's like, if that final scene of Needy episode didn't happen, I think it would have just stayed in great. Something about that final flashback with Netsuka and her dad, and the conclusion of that and how much the dad cared, that was like, whoa. That scene was directed so well. That shit actually hit. You watch something, it's hard to describe it into words. You watch something and you're like, I was moved. That's how I felt about it. I'm gonna put it here. See you next week.